Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me for this video. So for today's video, we're going to check out the Marvel Legends retro carded Apocalypse action figure. So this dude is just awesome. He's one of the coolest bad guys of the X-Men and Marvel universe. And I have a different version of him, but not this version. And this is the one I was really waiting on. He looks super awesome and he comes with some good accessories, and man, this is one hulking action figure here. This is a lot of plastic, and yeah, I can't even get his full card here in my frame. So let's go ahead and check this guy out. We got a cool picture of Apocalypse here on the side. We see he comes with an alternate head, just kind of like a straight face, as opposed to the default head, which he's, baring his teeth there. He's got like a blaster gun accessory that has some effects. Here you can see in the back a big blast effect and then some small effects here on the side. He's got an extra set of hands, some punching fists, some clenched fists, and then his cable accessories here as well. So he's kind of got it all. He's got some pretty good accessories going with him there. And man, just the color, the two-tone looks great. I love it. I just love this retro look, this cartoon look for Apocalypse. Is pretty awesome. So you can see, like I said, we got a picture of him on the side here, and then on the back we got a picture of the actual action figure, and then we've got a small read-up bio of Marvel's Apocalypse. So very cool, and he looks great in this packaging, but we're gonna go ahead and tear him out and see what this figure feels and looks like in hand. All right, so we got Apocalypse out of the package here, standing up and looking cool. We'll go ahead and go over his articulation and then check out some of the paint and then his accessories. All right, so for his articulation, this little collar dealie he's got going on here does not seem to snap up like it does on some of the other versions. So he's gonna be a little bit limited there on his head movement, but you can still get his head to tilt a little bit. You can crank it around. See, it kind of pops off if you try to bring his head all the way around. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it does not look like that comes off here on the neck. It's kind of lifts up in the back, but right here in the front, it does not feel like it has pegs there. But you can put his head down like that. You can bring it up about that far. That's pretty good. It can tilt a little bit side to side, and you can probably, especially if you try to lift his head over it, get his chin over it, you can turn his head like that. And I'm sure if you push it down, you could get it to go all the way around, but that is limiting it there on the back when you try to spin his head all the way around. So obviously he's got these shoulder pads. They kind of get in the way of this being able to make a clean straight up and down rotation, but if you move his shoulder out just a little bit, you can get it to rotate all the way around, but they do rotate around. He has bicep swivel. He's got single jointed elbows that are a little limited because of his bracers here. So that's all you're gonna get on the elbow, not too much there for articulation on the elbow, almost 90 degrees. Wrist swivel here, and then hinges in and out. And the hinging on this one's a little bit better than the Age of Apocalypse because it doesn't have that little extra bit to the cuff here. So it seems like it can actually hinge out a little bit that it needs to, and also curl in for some cool punching shots there. So same with this open hand, it hinges in and out like that. He does have an ab crunch. He can go back like that. He can crunch forward like that, pretty good. And then he has a waist swivel, it goes all the way around. His legs can kick up like that, pretty good. He does have thigh swivel, double jointed knees. You can get his leg up about like there. He does not have a calf swivel, but he does, and I actually really like this, have a swivel down here at the like a ball joint here on his ankle. So he does his feet pivot here, but then also in this ball is where you're going to be able to get that 360 rotation going that way. So for those turning shots, you know, you got him posed up and he's going a certain direction, you can turn his foot in or out that way as opposed to the calf swivel. And I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And also I like Apocalypse is just a big figure, but I've always thought it's pretty cool on this one and the Age of Apocalypse version, that paired with his ab crunch here and the pretty good articulation for his legs, he could really like crunch over some like getting like blasted away effects here. Putting his toes up, kind of like that, you know, and get hit in the stomach or blasted with something. He can really get his legs up there, as well as like the Marvel Legends movie Venom. He's kind of the same way. For being a big guy, he can really get his legs up there. So, gotta appreciate that. It's pretty cool. As Shartimus Prime would say, there's your Apocalypse butt there, you know. And the paint looks really good on this. I like the paint on this. I like this color scheme a lot more than the Age of Apocalypse version. So let's go ahead and get a look. Let's get a closer look at this head here. See if this will focus. There we go. I think the paint looks really cool on this. I think they did a good job. He's got the gray with a little bit of wash there and all the wrinkles, some dark gray, black, to add some depth to his face. I think that looks really good. The paint here, the blue paint, looks really good. The teeth look cool. You see he's got a little bit of, you can see his gums in here on the corner. I think that looks pretty nice. He's got red in there in his eyes, and then he's even got his pupils painted in there on both eyes, and they seem to have a good glare. They don't look kind of goofy or anything, lopsided or nothing, so they look really cool. Like the teeth look really nice. So that's one head. I think that looks pretty good. We'll check out his other head that he comes with here. Let's go ahead and look at that one. So this is the other head he comes with. Just kind of a real mean looking face. He's not baring his teeth or anything. Same scheme for the eyes. This left pupil here looks a little bit off, but not much. He looks like he's basically looking forward and down a little bit. And I feel like this one's got a little bit more shading. I don't know if you can tell on his cheeks here. This gray, darker gray shading here on the top of his cheeks and kind of goes up to his eyebrows. He doesn't really seem to have as much of that on this head. Maybe it's just spread out a little bit more. But I think that's cool. I think it's two really good heads. You can get some really cool photos and shots with that and make some cool scenes with just the kind of the straight face and then the barring the teeth face. I think that's pretty cool. The only thing you could ask for is like a yelling face or maybe a goofy looking face or something, but yeah, maybe an open mouth yelling face would, you could add to that. But other than that, I think these two work really well. So that's one of his accessories he comes with, is the second head. So that's pretty cool. Let's check out some of his others here. He comes with an extra set of hands. So you've got a punching hand for the right hand, so you can have two punching hands, or another open clench or open hand. You could maybe even almost hold something here for the left to match that. Oh, now we got Apocalypse falling over. So he comes with an extra set of hands. And then you've got his tentacle wires here that go into, they snap, they got like a little line here, a little ridge on there that helps it hold it once it's snapped in. And then pop those babies into his arms. Those are pretty cool. And they go right into his bracers here. So pretty nice. And we're getting him in a little cool pose there. And then, last but not least, he comes with his blaster that is freaking awesome. I think that looks really cool. They got some orange paint on it. got black and then purple, but then the orange paint looks pretty good. Got some in there. I think it looks pretty clean. I think they did great with this. All the paint on it, like especially, is really nice. And along with that, he's got his blaster and he's got the effects that go with it. One big effect here that goes in the middle, and then two small little blaster effects that you could use for some of your other action figures. They just got the little pig going on there. So those go, you can put the big one either here in the top or the bottom. Blaster effect, and then put the little ones in here on the two sides. And then there you got his blaster effect. And for this blaster, he doesn't hold it. You pop his hand off to put it on. So you take off his hand and you slide it. And I actually think, I think you got to slide it on. You take the cuff off, his little bracer cuff here. Put the little sleeve, and it actually slides right off like that. And then this has a peg on the inside, and you're gonna slide that onto his arm like so. And then here on his blaster, he's got a spot for his little wire here. I might want to snap it on the gun first, then slide it into the peg there, and then he's got his blaster armed and ready and looking pretty sweet. I think that looks pretty gnarly, and that's a cool fig right there. Pretty cool, good accessory. I've seen what the Marvel Select comes with. I really like the drill hand and accessories that comes with, but I think this is a pretty good package here with the extra hands, the alternate head, the really good paint apps, and it's smooth. I like how his shoulder pads and his chest pad here are kind of like just like a satin paint, not like some crazy high gloss, a tacky looking bit. Same with his boots. It's kind of like a satiny feeling to his boots. I think that works really well, especially for this like retro version. I think that's really nice. And the paint just overall is really clean. Like, I can't remember what I saw some people had problems with. I think like his arm, maybe up here, like actually from the shoulder joint falling out. I haven't had that problem yet. And I've actually pulled him out and played with him a little bit. And I took some snapshots of him and pretty much articulated him all the ways that he looked pretty cool. And I didn't have any problems, but it's unfortunate for the people that did. Hopefully that issue wasn't too many of them with that issue. But yeah, I think he looks awesome. He's a really cool fig. So we'll go ahead and I'll leave his gun on his arm there for a minute. I'll move these over here. But we're gonna go ahead and just see exactly how tall he is. We'll see what he comes in at. All right, let's get the tape out here for the ruler. All right, so looks like he is just shy of 8 inches. And yeah, I'd say just a little shy of 8 inches tall, which is where he should be, as he is a bigger figure. He should be quite a bit taller than everybody else who's your standard 6 foot person, 6 inch person, so yeah, just a little bit under 8 inches. And let's go ahead and stand him next to some other figs just for comparison. Here we have him next to the Marvel Legends VHS series Wolverine, and there's quite a height difference there, as Wolverine is shorter than average. So I think that is pretty accurate. We'll stand him next to a G.I. Joe Black Series Storm Shadow. And Storm Shadow, he may not be 6 foot, I'm not quite sure, but he's taller than Wolverine, so kind of right in between both of them. I think that fits pretty well. We'll take Wolverine out, and we'll stand him next to Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. So a Star Wars Black Series fig. His ankles will move forward. He's gonna be difficult. My table's a little and even here too. So standing next to Din Djarin, I think that looks pretty accurate. Din's kind of almost hunched over too, so he should be more like that. I think would be more accurate. There we go. So I think that looks pretty good, pretty legit. And just for comparison, we'll also stand him next to another Marvel Legends, a bigger fig for comparison. Stand next to the Retro Beast, Marvel Legends Retro Beast here. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Beast should be a little bit bigger than anybody, and he's still a little bit shorter than Apocalypse, so that looks pretty good to me. Oh, Beast falling over. What we'll do is we'll take Din out, and we will compare him next to the Marvel Legends Deluxe Age of Apocalypse. So we need to straighten this up a little bit. There we go. So yeah, we'll compare these two. So we'll take Beast out just so we can do kind of a side-by-side comparison of these two. So there they are together. Yeah, looking pretty cool. I think they're both pretty cool action figures, but I definitely prefer the Retro Apocalypse to the Age of Apocalypse. I think this one's cool. I like the little paint apps here. I think that looks pretty nice. I do like the blue on this, but the Retro is just so much cooler. And the heads that come with this, I like a lot more. And I don't like how he's limited with his wrist joint here because of his bracers, and I'm not a huge fan of the shoulder pads and his big bulky cape that he comes with that falls off like every 5 seconds. Can be frustrating. He's a cool fig, nothing against it. I just prefer this one for sure. So that's pretty much it for the review. Comparing to some other figs, we checked out his accessories, we see everything he came with, and that's him overall. I have a few shots of him here, a few pictures of him here at the end of the video. I hope you guys comment below if you have this action figure and you like him, love him, hate him, or if you don't have this figure and you want him. I see these sold out a lot of places. I'm sure you can get your hands on him, but this isn't one that I would pass up and wait on if it's something that you want, because I think it'll be one that's kind of just is going to be a lot of people's main Apocalypse for a while. I like the Marvel Select one as well, but I think this one has stolen my heart for right now. So that is the Marvel Legends Retro Apocalypse action figure. And if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, that'll help me out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.